5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. President and dear colleagues. I'm very happy to see you finally in person after a long time. For me, it's been 17 months since I was in, 19 months since I was in Brussels the last time. It's a great pleasure for me to present to you today the opinion on the topic which, in my view, is currently very high on the agenda for all of us. And this is the time of drafting the partnership agreements and operational programs. These documents represent the cornerstones of the cohesion policy. I must say that for me as a rapporteur, it's been fascinating 5 months of preparation of this opinion, during which I've had a chance to interact with many of you and others across the board. And I realized that we must continuously fight for a strong territorial dimension in the cohesion policy if we want to fully utilize the potential of this policy. I want to stress that it is not possible to create good strategic documents without the full involvement of local and regional authorities. There is evidence from many member states that regions and cities have often been sidelined in their process. Therefore, the document clearly requires the full respect of the partnership principle and its implementation not only within the cohesion policy, but also under the new instruments financed by the next generation EU, such as the Just Transition Fund and the Recovery and Resilience Facility. We, the elected representatives of our regions and municipalities, want to be fully fledged partners for our governments and the European Union, and therefore the opinion sends a clear political signal that the voices of the regions and cities must be heard. I would like to highlight 7 brief points of the opinion. First, in the document, which provides an insight on the preparation of the local and regional authorities and their involvement in the preparation of the key strategic documents, we want to touch upon the main outcomes of the recent study, which was commissioned by the Committee of Regions, which showed that the room for improvement in many member states is still great, as the partnership is still underexploited. And I must say that the regions, cities, villages in many countries feel truly underrepresented in this process. Second, the opinion is taking into consideration a new reality caused by the pandemic and the new digital communication tools, which have a great potential. Also, we can bring them with us to the post-pandemic period, which I feel is finally coming. 3, I would like to stress the importance of parallel diplomacy by regional and local authorities at the EU level, and I believe that the European Commission should involve them more in the negotiations. These days, I see myself how important it is to be a part of the negotiations on the partnership agreement, as in my region we are fighting for an adequate allocation of the new programming period. 4, as regards the partnership principle, the European Code of Conduct provides detailed recommendations for its effective implementation, but the implementation should be closely monitored. 5, another important element is a place-based approach. I believe that the integrated territorial strategies of regions and cities must influence the focus of national operational programs in order to strengthen their territorial dimension. I'm convinced that the integrated approach to the investments is much better than the sectoral one. 6, the lack of administrative and analytical capacity represents a serious obstacle to the effective involvement of local and regional authorities, and this should be improved in the new programming period. 7, last but not least, the availability of statistical data at the subnational level, especially at the NUTS 3 level, is an important precondition for the effective involvement of regions and cities. Therefore, the European Commission must improve the collection of statistical data within the various sectoral policies which are relevant to the cohesion policy objectives. Dear esteemed colleagues, I want to thank Mr. Buda and also other colleagues from the European Parliament, DG Regio, Spatial Foresight, and also our head of our delegation, our mission, Tomáš Teleki, and his staff for the valuable inputs and for their consultation during the preparation of the opinion. I'll be happy to keep this dialogue also in the future. It should be running. I also want to thank all of you for excellent amendments which greatly contributed to the quality and wording of this document. In conclusion, I want to put spotlight on the single fact that the EU cohesion policy will drive the development of cities and regions in the next decade. Therefore, it is of the utmost importance that we have our voices heard throughout all stages of the new programming period. I hope this opinion helps to achieve this goal, and I thank you very much for your attention. I think I'm quite good on time.
Thank you. Now, thanking once more